Hello, how's everybody doing today? Hopefully everybody's doing good. So, what we shall do today is get into some more questions we have here about how reality works, how things work. Hopefully everybody is doing excellent and amazing. So, you guys are getting logged on, which is good. Viewers. See who get some more individuals on this chat here. Good, you're speaking to a lottery winner. Congratulations. Good. All right. So here's a question I got here. Hey Mark, I am so confused. I follow all the great teachers: Dr. Joe, Neville Goddard, Abraham Hicks, Bob Proctor, Tony Robbins. These are all great teachers in their own right. The issue I have is the subjects they talk about, such as the law of attraction, spiritual awakening, quantum physics, the subconscious mind. These concepts, although I hear them, but they're quite difficult for me to grasp. Mark, I know you have a gift of making the most conceptual and difficult concepts so easy to understandable like a child would do. Can you please help me? Can you please explain to me how this stuff works? I would definitely like to input it and create the life of my choice, but there's just so much information that my brain can't process it. So if you can put it into an easy and primitive way, I'll be so grateful. Okay. All right. So, greetings, everybody. Greetings. All right. So this is what we're going to do. I want you to pay attention to what I'm about to say to you. This will change your life. I'm about to put everything you want to know about spirituality, law of attraction, the universe, the subconscious mind, quantum physics. I'm going to put it in such a simple way that you and your child will be able to understand this stuff. Not only will you be able to understand it, you actually go ahead and start to use it and put it into practical terms. Are you ready? Here we go. This is how it all works in the simplest terms. All right. You have to be the champion before you become the champion. You have to live in the house before you own the house. You have to be the man before you become the man. You have to be the woman before you become the woman. You have to be the winner before you actually win. You have to be the winner before you are the winner. You have to be healthy before you become healthy. You have to be wealthy before you become wealthy. What am I talking about? What does that mean? Here's what it means. The thing that you want to experience, you have to become it on a pretend level. The universe does not work with common sense and logical. The universe is quite irrational. Listen to this. Remember when you were a little boy and a little girl and you used to play pretend games? Guess what? That hasn't changed. You went to school and school took that out of your head because school taught you to make sense of the universe. You can't make sense of the universe because it's not here to make sense. It's just here to do what it's doing. All right. So in order for you to get and become what you want, you have to pretend you are already that thing. Look at, before I won the lottery, I was a winner. I won before I won. What does this guy mean? Before I won the Fantasy 5, before I bought my dream car cash with the winnings, I was the winner before because I was pretending I already won. I went out and I bought a steering wheel cover for a car that my mind told me I would never be able to get. I went out and I bought a mat for a car my mind said it was hard to get. You can't buy that car. It's just you don't have the money. I went out, I bought an air freshener for a car I never got. I wasn't supposed to get. I was pretending I had what I wanted already. See how that works? That's why I say you have to be the champion before you become the champion. You have to be the successful business owner before you become the successful business owner. You have to win the lottery before you actually are a lottery winner. See how that works? Now, the reason it works that way is because we live in a pretend world. Whatever we pretend becomes a reality. Pretend is the most powerful word. You should write that down. It's your secret to success. People call it fake it till you make it. Faith it till you make it. Act as if. Pretend. Whatever you want to call it, you have to do it. Because if you don't do it, you ain't going to get it. So let me repeat it again because there's more people joining this live. You have to be the champion before you become the champion. You have to live in the house before you own the house. You have to be wealthy before you become wealthy. It all means that you have to be in your head what you want before it materializes into physical world. You have to pretend. Pretend means you have to either act like you have it, you either have to walk like you have it, you either have to talk like you have it, you either have to feel like you have it, and you either have to visualize like you have it. That's what pretend means. The universe works with pretend. More people that pretend, the universe rewards them with the physical experience. That's correct. Higher says, the universe gives you who you're being in the mental, not the physical. You don't know the timing. You don't need to know the timing. The timing is controlled by your authentic self. And the timing will be perfect. You'll win. When I won perfect. Perfect time for me. I thought I was going to lose the car. Somebody was going to buy the car. The car was sold like 3 times. But all the 3 times, the sale didn't go through. So the timing is going to work itself out. What's for you is going to be for you. Because if you're pretending, you're telling the universe, that's for me. And the timing will come to you in that way. Now, next part is, what, Mark? So why does this work? Well, because it's your unconscious. You see, your subconscious mind, it lives in a pretend world. It lives in an illusionary world, and it's very illogical. So when you pretend something, your subconscious mind thinks it's real. See that? If the subconscious mind thinks it's real, the primary job of the subconscious is to create an experience with your pretension. So, if you're pretending, or you're feeling, or you're acting, or you're visualizing like you are the champion, you are wealthy, before you even become wealthy, before you even become the champion, you have solidified in the universe what you are, and it will become you in the present moment. You, my friends, will experience the very thing you've been pretending, acting as if, feeling as if, visualizing as if. It will become a physical experience for you. Now, let me tell you what stops you from achieving this thing. It is the left hemisphere of your brain. It is called the intellect part of the brain. It is a part of the brain that you were taught and conditioned for problem solving, for logical thinking, for things making sense to you, for analytical, for judgment, and for processing information or data. That part of the brain doesn't understand the pretend language of the universe. It only understands the survival language of the matrix. So when you're pretending something, your mind will shut you off because it's logic, in the structure, and that's not in his database. It says, hey, you can't pretend to win the lottery, bro. You can't pretend to buy the car. You can't pretend to own a house. It's not happening. That's why you fail. If you understand the universal laws, and I just showed them to you, that the universe plays by its own rule. It doesn't play by your regular mind's rule. It plays by its own rule, which doesn't make any sense. And I knew that, so I applied it, and I won. And I kept applying it, and I keep doing stuff. Anything I want in my life, I pretend I have it, and then it comes in. I repeat it again. To pretend is to use affirmation. Why am I so healthy and strong? Why am I so wealthy and prosperous? To pretend is to feel like you have it. To pretend is to walk like you have it. To pretend is to visualize like it's there. That's pretend. If you do that, you're targeting the right hemisphere of your brain. The right hemisphere of your brain, the subconscious part, the creative part. That's where reality comes in. And then on the left side of your brain is where reality is perceived. One comes in, one perceives. The left side doesn't create. It only perceives what the right hemisphere creates. The right hemisphere creates by pretending, by feeling, by acting, by faking, by whatever you want to call it. When they make up the word fake, it doesn't exist. It's a word to keep you down. Fake, that's a bad word. Oh, don't fake, you're faker. It doesn't matter. You have to fake. You have to pretend. If you don't do it, you're not going to get it, because it's a simple way of how your brain works. Pretend is in a world. It's a actual thing. When you pretend, your mind and the field thinks it's physical. So it will create the physical experience. So you have to bypass the conscious mind. How do I bypass the conscious mind? I just gave you the knowledge. Bypass the conscious mind by knowing it's only logical. The universe is illogical. So when your conscious mind says this doesn't make sense, just agree with it and say, okay, that's fine. I'm still going to do it. That's how you bypass the conscious mind. Okay, thank you for your input. Thank you for what you say, but I'm still going to do it because I know it works this way and it makes me feel good. So I don't care about what you say. And you bypass your conscious mind and you'll get what you want all the time. What size was your biggest lotto win? A lot of money. And more than enough money to live the life I desire. So whenever you can get into pretending, the universe opens up and then you will receive what you want. Now let me show you again. I must go over this again. There's more people coming in here. But let me tell you again. Because the question was, Mark, this is all confusing. It doesn't make sense. It's so difficult. Can you make it simple? So now I'm telling you, I'm making it so simple that you and your child can understand this, right? Would you agree now the way I put it? Now your kid can go do the same thing and you can do the same thing at the same time. Both of you could go manifest right now. Okay? Now, let me show you this. In the world of quantum physics, okay? Quantum physics creates based on our pretending. Okay. When something pops in your world, it has to come through your thoughts and your observation. Following me? So let's use my example. You've been following me when I won the lottery. Okay, let's use my example. So I wanted to win this lottery thing to buy this beautiful Dakar Yellow Classic E46 M3. They only made 10 of them in the world. I had one of 10 that was ever made. Slick top, I have it. Take it out on the track. It's my weekend track car now. Okay, I have it. So I wanted that car. So you know what I did? I said, I pretend I won the car. So what I used to do, I used to go in my head, I used to visualize me buying a ticket, top prize claim at the lottery. Then I would pretend I'm driving the car. Then I'll go out and I actually buy physical stuff pretending to own the car. That's quantum mechanics. So quantum mechanics says, okay, if this guy's pretending and he's thinking, a particle then becomes an illusion. An illusion then looks like a real thing. And then my subconscious mind watches me and says, oh, this guy is It doesn't. My subconscious mind doesn't say I'm pretending. Only my conscious, my ego says I'm pretending. Okay. So I'm listening. My ego says, "Oh, this guy's pretending he won the lottery. He's pretending he's buying his car. He's pretending he's gonna get all this stuff." That's what my ego says. I'm there. I'm observing my ego, but I'm not absorbing it because I know the laws. I know how it works. So I continue to pretend. I continue to act. I continue to feel, and then voila! One day, about 9, 10 months later, boom! I won the lottery, bought the car, put the stuff I bought in the car, drove the car, have the car, physical reality. That's the law of quantum physics. That's the law of the subconscious. Now, do you see it in real time? There you have it. See how that works? That's the rule of how it works. Now, the mind, the conscious mind, will say stuff like, this can't be real. This is a scam. This is illogical. This doesn't make any sense. And guess what? Those people who listen to their conscious mind are the same ones that are going to live a life of struggle, that are going to live a life of lack, that are going to live a life of up and down, that will never have an open mind, that will never experience the fullness of their reality because they have been controlled and programmed by the matrix. Those are the people you would call the NPCs, the non-player characters, because they are accustomed to logical, analytical thinking. They have no idea that the universe works illogical, that the universe doesn't make sense like that. You, however, you're watching this, the universe chose you. Because you can apply this information right now, and you can go test it for yourself, and if you keep it, you will get it. See how simple that is? You can say affirmations out loud. You can listen to your own affirmations. You can do everything. But the big lesson here is the universe is a pretend universe. You know, before someone invented a car, they had to pretend they had the idea of a car, right? They have to have an image. Before someone invented the phone, they had to pretend there's a phone. They had to have an image of a phone in their head. Before somebody invented the plane, they had to pretend there was a plane. Before the plane became the plane was a pretend thing in the head. It was a dream. It was an image. It was a visual. You see that? Everything comes from that into the world. And what makes it come in now is two things. When you pretend, you're going to create an emotion. The emotion is going to be a signal to the unconscious. The unconscious is going to feel like it's there. When the emotion matches the image and the thought, it becomes a real physical experience. Right? See how that works? Good. So you guys see. So the work, yes, the work is in the subconscious. You really have to believe this. Beep. Listen, guys, let me tell you something. There are people who will come on here and listen, in the comments, if you see someone in the comments, guys, and they're saying, oh, do you believe this beep? Oh, this is. Those people who are commenting are the NPCs. Those people, they are operating on what? Left side. They're not operating on the ganglia side, the right hemisphere of their mind. They're not in the creative mind. They're in the matrix mind. So anybody you see commenting, they are the NPCs. And look, you have to have empathy for these people. Okay, I'll give you an analogy with these people. It's like we're in the 21st century. And let's say you go back to the 15th century with a Toyota Corolla or a Nissan Sentra or whatever. You pop into the 15th century. And these people are there on horses, and they look at you and they see your car. What do you think they're going to look at? They're going to say, "Oh my God, What is that? He's a god. Okay? Why do you think these people would say that? Even though, you know, if you take a car and you go back into the 13th century, it's going to be amazing, right? It's their mindset. Now, there may be some other people in the 15th century, and you take that same car and you go to them, and they may have a look more open mind because they understand. Okay, they're watching the universe. They may know a little. When they look at the car, the first thing you're going to say is, you're going to be like, "Wow, teach me how you build that." Those are the chosen ones. See that? So I'm looking through the comments, and I'm looking for any NPCs here. Let me see if I see them, because now they know who they are. And now that I made an analogy, most of them aren't even showing up. They can't show up because I just made the easiest analogy, and it's real. Yeah, the dude is an NPC, he left. How can you refute that, people? It's the mind. Whatever the mind can imagine, it can conceive. So you got to be the ones that you got to say, okay, that pretend stuff, all right, let me go do it. Then you'll get it. You can't be the one that says, I don't buy that pretend stuff. I'm not going to do that stuff. I'm going to just go work hard and hope I make it. Chances are you won't make it, my friends. Because we now know more about how the universe works in the last 50 years than we did in the last 100, 200 years. And we now have evidence. We have experiments. We have theories. We analyze. We input. They work. We see results. So for you watching this, you get it. And then you will see the results. So this is what all these teachers tell you. Dr. Joe, Abraham Hicks, Neville Goddard, Bob Proctor, as she said before, Tony Robbins, all these teachers, that's what they're telling you in simplistic terms when they're showing you everything. When they're saying thoughts, emotions, matches, feel it, believe it, they're telling you to pretend. They're telling you the universe is illogical. They're telling you the universe doesn't work with common sense. They're telling you language is made up. The words we use are made up. The only thing that's true about the universe is how you feel and what you think is true for you and your intuitive powers. That's the only true thing in the universe and your authentic self. Everything else is a human construct that we made up. Now you know, and I will see you again.